the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck.
I'm about to start packing for my spring break trip. I'm going to be going to the DR with a ton of my friends, and a lot of Columbia students are actually staying in the same area as us. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited, and I hope you guys enjoy coming along with me. I flew out of JFK at around 7 a.m., so I got to the airport around 4:30ish and met up with a few girls that were coming on this trip that were on the same flight as me. We landed in Punta Cana, and then we took a taxi to La Romana, which is around an hour or so away from the airport. Even though a bunch of us were on different flights, we arrived at the hotel at around the same time, and we checked in, ate lunch, dropped our stuff off at our rooms, and then we went down to the pool and the beach. The next day, a few of us went to meet up with a couple of other Columbia friends, and we were going to go on a boat. Carlos, Bennett, Ricky were also in the Dominican Republic, so they came along with us. It actually took us so long to figure out how to get to the boat because our friends that had booked the boat asked it to come directly outside of their hotel, and since the rest of us weren't staying at the hotel wouldn't let us cut through the hotel to go to the beach. And after unsuccessfully begging the guards to please let us in, we ended up having to drive to the public beach a few kilometers away, and then we walked along the beach to the boat. We made it just in time for the boat, and it was honestly a lot of fun. We went around the island, got to swim and snorkel, and chilled on the boat. After the boat, Leanne and I went to the area that the guys were staying at, and we got dinner before heading back to our hotel. On the third day, we got breakfast and went to the pool in the morning, and later that afternoon, we went back to Casa de Campo, which is the area that the guys were staying at. We got dinner and drinks before trying to head over to a party, and on our way to the party, Marco, Ricky's friend from Ohio that goes to NYU, and his friend Mikey decided to crash a wedding, and they just walked in confidently, started talking to the guests, and even got to take advantage of the open bar. After they congratulated Ted and Clara on their beautiful wedding, we walked over to the party, and it ended up being just at a restaurant, and it wasn't exactly the vibe that we were expecting, but we stayed for a bit and ran into even more Columbia students. I honestly didn't expect to see so many Columbia students in La Romana because it's not really your typical like Cancun, Miami, Punta Cana, spring break vibe, but everybody was there for some reason. We decided to leave the party early and went back to the bar that we got drinks at. It happened to turn into a tiny club later in the night, and the music was actually great. It was such a good time this evening, and I definitely think it was one of the best nights of this trip. Andrea, Leanne, and Scott went back to our hotel that night, but I stayed over because I was joining the guys and Carlos' sister and her friends who also go to Colombia on a boat that would take us to another island. Leanne flew back to New York City that morning, and Andrea and Scott had actually done the same boat trip and highly recommended it to us. We went at around 9 a.m. and took a speedboat to this natural pool that we got to swim in, and after that we took the boat over to the island.
Aquí está la isla Saona y la isla Española, que es República Dominicana, Haití detrás, y la isla Saona. Acá nos vamos.
All I do is adore you all of the time. I like to.
The next day, we stayed at the hotel and hung out around the pool. There happened to be a pool party / foam party, which was a lot of fun, and it was also Jess's birthday, so we celebrated her in the evening.
I like to love you every day. I like to love you. Ha. I like to love you.
The island trip was so much fun that we actually decided to do it again on our second to last day of the trip. We swam, bought matching souvenirs, and relaxed on the beach.
I like to love you. I like to love you night and day, if I may. I like to. I like to love you every day. I like to love you. Ha. I like to love you, if I may.
On the morning of our flight, I woke up early to enjoy the last of the good weather. At around 8 a.m., we went over to get COVID tests, and then we packed our things to head over to the airport.
I like to love you night and day, if I may. I like to. I like to love you every day. I like to love you. Ha. I like to love you, if I may.
It was definitely a memorable trip. Thanks so much for watching and for coming along with me on it. See you soon.
I like to love you. I like to love you night and day, if I may.